Academic posters, tips and tricks to succeeding. My name is Steph Bennett. I'm a learning development tutor in the Hub. Today's aims: to develop an understanding of academic posters and how to effectively present information. We will look at why, what are assessors looking for, creating your poster, what it could look like, presenting your poster, and moving forward. Why? What are assessors looking for? You might be thinking, why have I been asked to create an academic poster? Well, it engages your creative and academic side. Can you communicate information clearly? Can you reorganise your thoughts and ideas into different formats? Can you extract and process key information? Can you distill an argument down because you have a limited word count and space? And can you use software to present your ideas? And what they're looking for is an understanding of relevant issues, the construction of your arguments, your effective use of sources, and your clarity of communication. Creating your poster. Let's get talking. Well, as we're online, let's get thinking. When creating an academic poster, how can you clearly display your message to audiences? How can you make your argument clear? List 10 components of what you think a good academic poster would be. Jot down your ideas and pause the video. Here are some things to consider. How many sections do you need? How many word counts per section? What is the order of narrative? Where will you start and where will you move to and finish? What are the things you cannot leave out? The cherry-picked headlines. What are the relevant examples you've chosen to illustrate your ideas? And do you need any additional supporting info for the audience? Think about the structure, the content, the design, and the delivery. What do you need to show? Well, you need to show your ability to close read. You need to be able to show that you can use critical, subject specialist terminology. If you're looking at texts, you need to be able to draw the key aspects and key features out of the text. You need to look at relevant critical concepts and historical, literary and cultural contexts of the topic you're looking at. You also need to make sure you're citing each time you use a source and that you provide the full source information in a ref list on the poster. What could it look like? Here are a few examples. This is a poetry poster. The poem sits in the centre with the close reading just around it. You can see the narrative runs from left to right, from key aspects of the poem to historical, literary and cultural context, to links to poet's lyrical features, relevant features of the poem and the references. There's an image in the background, but it's slightly faded so it doesn't dominate. The colour scheme includes shades of blue. Here is another academic poster. You can see the images that have been used also have a corresponding citation. This might not be the referencing style that you use, but it's good practice all the same to ensure there is a corresponding citation for images. The narrative here runs left to right, and the colours are not too stark. You need to position your text sensibly because the human eye does read left to right. You need to balance text and boxes, and please don't fear the empty space. Think about text, space and size. It needs to be accessible and easy to read from a distance. Think about the fonts that you're using, again linked to accessibility. You need to be using sans serif fonts like Helvetica, Arial, Times New Roman. Think about how you might emphasise words. Could it be better to use bold as opposed to underline or italics, which might be lost when read from a distance? Think about the content and then move to the aesthetics. You are marked more on content than aesthetics. And lastly, think about the colour wheel. Try not to go with clashing colours, but complementary colours. Your poster will go through many iterations until you get it just right, just like Goldilocks. Here's another example. The reference list at the far right hand side features a font size significantly smaller than the main body size. This is so all of the references can be included, but the important information in the main body is still readable. Presenting your poster. So if you have to present the information on your poster to an audience, you then need to think about what makes a good presentation. List 5 factors, jot down your ideas and pause the video. You need to think about your structure. Your introduction needs to draw in the audience, lay the contextual foundations, convey the message you want to convey throughout the presentation clearly to the audience. It needs to signpost them to what is about to happen. The main body will be the bulk of the information that you deliver, and you'll refer back to your poster. And then you need to wrap everything up at the end. You need to summarise your key findings, reiterate their significance, and consider the implications of your argument. You need to make sure you're using signposting language, thus, therefore, accordingly, hence, as a result. It lets the audience know something is about to happen. Think about your position, your posture, and your body language. You want to be open and confident. That doesn't mean you have to utilise the space and move about. You can stand still and still appear confident. Think about the pace of your delivery. There are some parts you might want to deliver faster than other parts, and moments where you really want to slow it down to get the message across clearly. Think about your voice and tone, your pitch, your inflection, your intonation, your diction. And if you are presenting in a larger room, think about the use of vocal twang, so your dynamics are lifted and it reaches the back of the room. But most importantly, you need to be demonstrating a thorough knowledge and understanding of the topic you're exploring. So make that really clear in your narrative. Nerves are natural. Use prompts, use bullet cards if you need to, speak with your tutor. Think about your audience. Audiences are usually made up of peers and tutors who are supportive of you. And remember, you're marked more on the content than the performance or delivery of the content. Moving forward, you can book in with Learning Development to help with spelling, punctuation, grammar and referencing. You can also present your poster to us. You can book in with Digital Learning and they will help you to create the poster on PowerPoint. You can book in with the library if you are struggling to locate literature. And if you need any support with critical reading or critical writing, you can head to Scribber or the Learning Development Blackboard.